In the last section, we saw that there was a social cost of a monopolist choosing its price and its quantity to maximize the monopolist's profits. That social cost was a deadweight loss. However, in some instances, we find it beneficial to guarantee a monopoly for a firm, and we do that by granting a patent. So let's look at an example where this might be the case. Suppose we're looking at an arthritis drug, and that arthritis drug is going to have significant benefits to those consumers that are able to get that arthritis drug. We might generate or grant a patent that encourages innovation in that arthritis drug. So let's look at this example. Suppose there's a firm called Ch9, and it hasn't developed any drug, but the potential benefits of that drug are huge. Now, the economic cost of producing and researching and developing this drug will be $14 million. That includes all the opportunity costs of the project. The estimated annual economic profit, if you had a monopoly, would be $2 million in today's dollars. So given that information, if this firm had a monopoly for 7 years, it could earn enough profit to offset the research and development costs that it had to develop the drug. But if the firm doesn't have a monopolist, Ch9's competitors will need another 3 years to develop and produce their own version. So if there's no patent, the monopoly will disappear after 3 years. If this is the case, Ch9 won't be able to recoup its $14 million, because in 3 years it would only be able to produce $6 million in profits. So if it wasn't granted a patent, Ch9 wouldn't want to spend the $14 million on research and development, and thus wouldn't create the arthritis drug. So we wouldn't have as much innovation, and people with arthritis would suffer more pain. If it's granted a 7-year patent, then it's able to exactly offset its $14 million research and development costs because it earns $2 million profit per year. If it's granted a patent for more years, suppose it had a 20-year patent, the firm's going to earn $40 million, which is much more than enough to recoup its $14 million cost. The downside is the price of the drug will be higher for longer than it needs to be in order to give Ch9 the incentive to earn back its $14 million research and development cost. So there are trade-offs from patents. It's sensible for the government to grant the patent for a product because otherwise it wouldn't be developed, and consumers wouldn't be able to get the benefits of new innovations. Unfortunately, no one knows in advance exactly whether the research and development is going to work, whether a particular product would have been developed without a patent, so the government can't be selective in granting the patents. Some cases, patents lead to new products. Other cases, it just prolongs monopoly power.